There comes a moment on the spiritual path when everything shifts, not in the physical world, not through external change or dramatic events, but through an inner movement that feels almost invisible to the eyes and undeniable to the soul. It begins subtly, like a whisper from within. A soft flutter beneath the surface of your awareness. A sudden warmth rising through your spine. A tingling that seems to appear out of nowhere, leaving you wondering if it's stress, imagination, or coincidence. At first, you brush it off. You tell yourself it's just exhaustion or perhaps emotion. But somewhere deep in your being, a quiet truth begins to echo, something ancient has awakened. What you are experiencing is not just sensation or intuition. It is the sacred language of Kundalini energy, the primordial life force woven into every soul, the cosmic current that lies dormant until the spirit is ready to remember itself. This energy does not communicate through logic or thought. It speaks through vibration. Through breath. Through your body transforming into a divine instrument capable of receiving and transmitting higher consciousness. Most people move through life disconnected from their energetic body, unaware that their physical form is not merely flesh and bone, but a vessel designed to channel cosmic intelligence. But when Kundalini truly awakens, the body stops being just a body. It becomes a conduit. A bridge. A living antenna that harmonizes with the subtle frequencies of the universe. Your senses sharpen. Your intuition becomes louder than your thoughts. Your emotions no longer feel like reactions, they feel like currents of energy moving through a sacred system that finally understands how to flow. This phase is not common. Many begin their spiritual journey hoping for enlightenment, peace, or purpose, but few arrive at the point where dormant energy rises from the base of the spine and transforms their consciousness from the inside out. If you're experiencing these shifts, it means something profound is unfolding within you. Your Kundalini is not simply awakening, it is becoming active, alive, embodied. The first thing many people notice is a sensation along the spine, almost as if a dormant force has begun uncoiling itself. It doesn't feel like physical tension or discomfort, it feels like movement, subtle, rhythmic, ancient. Some describe it as a serpent made of light rising through the backbone, while others feel pulses, waves, magnetic surges, or warmth climbing upward. It may happen during meditation, sleep, or ordinary daily moments. It does not feel forced, it feels destined, like your body has finally remembered what it was designed to carry. In ancient teachings, this movement is called the serpent fire, rising through the central channel known as the Sushumna. While poetic, it is not merely symbolic. This process influences the nervous system, rewiring emotional responses, deepening intuition, clearing memory stored in the body, and expanding sensory perception. People often notice vivid dreams, spontaneous emotional release, heightened creativity, or periods of profound clarity. More than anything, there is a sense of remembering, like a part of your being that has been silent for lifetimes is now waking up and reclaiming its voice. As this energy rises, another powerful shift occurs above the physical realm of the body. A tingling or electric presence begins to form at the crown of the head, almost like static or gentle pressure, or like standing beneath a storm that delivers lightning not outward, but inward. The top of your head may feel open, expanded, or connected to something vast and luminous. This sensation is the opening of the crown chakra, the gateway between the limited self and the infinite consciousness that exists beyond form. When this opening activates, you may feel waves of bliss, spontaneous tears, sudden insights, or moments where time feels suspended. You may feel as if energy is being poured into you from above, a stream of intelligence that bypasses the mind and speaks directly to the soul. There is no need to analyze or control this. The mind cannot interpret what the soul already knows how to receive. This opening marks the moment where connection to the divine stops being conceptual and becomes experiential. Heaven doesn't just surround you, it integrates with you. Before we continue, I want to let you know that if you're enjoying this video, please consider supporting us through a super thanks or by donating via PayPal as a form of motivation. As this flow continues, your hands may begin to vibrate with a life of their own. They may feel warm, pulsing, or electrified, as though they are holding invisible energy. This is not random. The hands are extensions of the heart's electromagnetic field, portals designed to heal, soothe, and transmit energy. When the hands activate, you may feel compelled to touch certain parts of your own body without knowing why, or to place your hands near others and feel waves of energy move through you into them. You may notice that your touch brings comfort more effectively than words, or that energy flows into your palms when you meditate, pray, or simply breathe. It is the remembering of an ancient role, the healer awakening within. As the journey continues, the physical world begins to feel different. Nature speaks louder. Silence becomes nourishing instead of uncomfortable. Your perception shifts from merely seeing reality to feeling its energetic layers. You begin to understand people not through their words but through their frequency. Intuition stops being occasional and becomes a guiding force that feels more reliable than logic. This stage of awakening is not about escaping the human experience. It is about embodying the divine within it. Your spiritual awakening no longer takes place in the mind, it takes place in your cells, your breath, your energy field, your lived experience. The body becomes the temple through which consciousness expresses itself. Not everyone reaches this phase, but if you're experiencing these sensations, it means you're not just waking up, you are transforming. Your energy is no longer dormant. Your soul is no longer whispering. Your purpose is no longer theoretical. Something sacred is moving through you, rewriting you, preparing you. You are not just witnessing the divine. You are becoming the channel through which the divine moves. This is Kundalini alive. This is your spiritual evolution fully in motion. And this journey is only just beginning. People who experience this shift often notice that their intuition doesn't just awaken in their mind or through their emotions, it begins speaking through their hands. Suddenly, touch becomes a language. A simple handshake can reveal someone's emotional state. Placing a hand on a shoulder can calm another person's nervous system. You might pick up an object and feel the history or energy attached to it. Your palms may buzz when someone around you is hurting, even if they never say a word. This isn't magic, it's memory. It is the soul's ancient wisdom returning, teaching the physical body how to operate as a channel of light rather than merely a sensory tool. What you're feeling is not accidental or imaginary. It's a sign that your heart energy has extended beyond your chest and is now transmitting through your palms, activating your natural healing blueprint. Your body is remembering what your soul has always known: you are a vessel through which energy flows, not a container that holds it. As this deepening continues, the energy rises higher into the center of your forehead, bringing a sensation that feels unlike any ordinary physical experience. It isn't sharp like a headache or tense like stress, it's centralized, rhythmic, almost like a pulse of subtle electricity behind the forehead. Many describe it as a quiet throbbing or an internal heartbeat in the space of the third eye. This is the activation of the Ajna chakra, a shift that marks the awakening of inner sight. It doesn't mean you will constantly see visions or supernatural imagery, although that may happen. It means you begin perceiving truth without external validation. You start recognizing intentions without needing spoken explanation. Your discernment sharpens to the point where illusions lose their power over you. This is when intuitive knowing becomes a natural state rather than an occasional moment. Dreams may become lucid or symbolic, revealing meaning instead of chaos. Conversations may bring clarity before words are even spoken. Synchronicities begin stacking in your reality like signposts pointing you forward. You begin to sense the deeper layers behind people's actions and understand life not just as events, but as an energetic dance. When the third eye pulses with life, the universe is not asking you to believe, it is allowing you to see. And when a soul begins to see inwardly with clarity, the external world around them begins to shift in response, because perception is a creative force. As the inner vision stabilizes, the entire body may begin vibrating in certain states of consciousness, especially when you are drifting into sleep or entering meditation. You may find yourself lying still, half awake, when suddenly your body begins to hum, not on the surface, but from the core. Your arms may feel weightless, your spine may buzz softly, your breath may feel like it is glowing rather than moving. Some people experience this as floating slightly outside the body, or as though their spirit begins to rise while the physical form remains grounded. This is not a dream, nor is it a hallucination. It is the activation of the energy body, the subtle field that exists just beyond the physical form. During deep rest, the conscious mind loosens its grip, allowing your soul to expand into its natural frequency. This stage has been described by mystics as the vibrational threshold, the doorway to astral travel, heightened spiritual communication, or deep soul state insight. It is the moment where your consciousness begins to operate beyond linear perception. Warm waves may surge from head to toe. A sudden internal jolt may pull you into alertness, not out of fear but as an energetic recalibration. Your cells feel like they are rearranging themselves. Your nervous system is learning how to carry more light than before. Many people panic the first time this happens because the sensation is unfamiliar, but there is no need for fear. You are not losing control, you are gaining access. Your spirit is expanding beyond the limitations of flesh, preparing to move fluidly between physical and non-physical dimensions. The vibration is not a warning, it is an initiation. When you allow the energy to rise without resistance, it carries you into a higher state of being where the soul leads and the body follows. Eventually, this awakening reaches the most tender and transformative center of all, the heart. Unlike the subtle tingling of the spine or the electric pulsing of the forehead, this activation arrives with emotional depth. It can feel like your chest is swelling with light, like warmth radiates outward from a sacred core, or as if your heart is expanding beyond the boundaries of your body. The sensation is rhythmic and powerful, not like a racing heartbeat but like a spiritual breathing that opens space within you. It can bring waves of overwhelming emotion, love, grief, compassion, release, longing, forgiveness, sometimes without any clear cause. You may find yourself crying simply because something inside you has unlocked. You may feel love for people you thought you had moved on from, or compassion for those who hurt you, not because you justify their actions, but because your consciousness has risen above the wound. This is the heart chakra remembering its true function. The heart does not exist just to sustain life, it exists to expand life. When Kundalini enters the chest, it dissolves emotional residue that has been stored for years or lifetimes. Past pain rises not to haunt you, but to be transformed. Every blocked memory, every suppressed emotion, every moment you swallowed instead of feeling becomes fueled for alchemy. The heart is no longer a place where pain is hidden, it becomes the fire that transmutes suffering into higher truth. And this transformation doesn't just shift emotional experience, it reshapes behavior. You respond more consciously. You speak more kindly. You choose with greater awareness. You begin acting from empathy rather than ego, from intuition rather than fear, from love rather than survival. Your energy touches others differently, not because you try to be healing, but because you have become healing. Your mere presence begins to shift the atmosphere of a room. People feel calmer around you. Animals are drawn to you. Strangers share their truths with you without knowing why. The heart becomes a tuning fork that harmonizes everything around it. In this stage, you are not just awakening, you are embodying. Your energy is no longer something you tap into during meditation, it becomes the way you exist in every moment. The body becomes the expression of spirit, the heart becomes a field of consciousness, and life becomes a sacred conversation between your soul and the universe. You begin shifting in ways that are almost impossible to explain in words. You grow softer, yet stronger. You become gentler, yet more empowered. Your patience expands, your presence deepens, and you start moving through life with a calm awareness that once felt out of reach. What used to trigger you no longer has the same power, not because you suppress emotion, but because your soul finally sits in the driver's seat. You no longer crave approval or chase validation because your sense of self no longer depends on how others respond to you. Instead of reacting from wounds, you respond from wisdom. Instead of acting from fear, you move from clarity. Something in you shifts from needing love to becoming love. This internal shift can be felt by others long before you try to explain it. People may say they feel unusually safe around you, as if being in your presence allows them to exhale in ways they didn't realize they were holding back. Strangers might open up to you without hesitation, sharing stories they've carried alone for years. Children may stare at you with familiarity. Animals might approach you with a trust they don't offer easily. None of this is coincidence. Your heart field, an electromagnetic frequency that radiates from the chest, begins broadcasting truth, safety, and coherence. Others feel it even if they can't logically explain why. When your energy shifts, you stop pulling the world toward you through desire and start attracting it through resonance. This is the essence of heart-based awakening. Once your heart becomes a transmitter rather than a wounded receiver, your entire life begins rearranging itself around a higher frequency. The way you speak changes. The way you breathe changes. The way you love changes, not from longing or emptiness, but from overflow. Loving no longer feels like reaching outward, it feels like light pouring outward. These chest vibrations are not just sensations, they are proof that your soul is finally living through your body rather than beside it. And once that occurs, there is no returning to the version of you that lived in survival, contraction, or fear. The doorway closes behind you because you have outgrown the frequency that once held you. As the awakening stabilizes, the energy doesn't just rise upward, it cycles downward, completing its circuit. That is when a new, often overlooked sensation begins to emerge. Subtle vibrations in the soles of your feet. At first, it may feel insignificant, like faint warmth, tingling, or a soft pulsing under the skin, similar to static energy moving across your arches or toes. But the more aware you become, the clearer it is that this is not simply a physical sensation, it is energetic grounding. The Kundalini energy, having risen through the chakras, now anchors into the physical world. The feet act as conduits connecting your higher consciousness to the earth's frequency. They serve as spiritual roots, linking your awakened state to the planet's magnetic field. Your body may begin craving earth contact, barefoot walking, grass, soil, riverbeds, mountainsides, forest paths. This isn't random. Your energy body seeks resonance with the earth because your frequency now matches the vibration of nature more than the artificial rhythm of modern environments. These foot vibrations may occur when you're meditating, resting, or even making choices, almost as if your feet are guiding you, pulling you toward the direction aligned with your soul path. They may intensify in powerful spiritual locations, or become quiet in places where energy is stagnant or dense. It is your body's built-in compass activating, a navigation system that communicates not through thoughts but through sensation. This grounding phase also marks the beginning of energetic reciprocity. You are no longer just walking through the world, you are transmitting energy through every step you take. The earth receives your frequency and, in return, sends stabilizing codes back to you. It becomes a silent conversation between your spirit and the planet itself. You are not separate from the earth's awakening, you are part of it. Your steps become prayer. Your movement becomes healing. Your presence becomes an energetic blessing to the places you touch. This is no longer just personal transformation, it is planetary participation. When your energy flows fully from crown to feet, from cosmos to earth, you are no longer carrying the light, you are embodying it. You move as a conduit, not just a seeker. The awakening no longer exists as an idea or a phase you talk about, it becomes a lived vibration. You radiate truth in every interaction, often without speaking. You hold more light than you once thought the human body was capable of. You do not chase spiritual experiences, you become the experience. The old you begins to feel like a past lifetime you once observed instead of a story you lived. The separation fades. The illusion dissolves. You are the bridge. Your journey is no longer internal, it becomes visible in every breath, every touch, every choice, every presence. The body that once felt heavy becomes a vessel of transmission. Your spirit no longer whispers, it speaks through frequency, through sensation, through energy that others feel long before they hear your voice. These sensations are not random side effects of awakening, they are confirmations. They are the body's way of telling you that the sacred fire has risen and found its home within you. You are no longer simply experiencing Kundalini. You are embodying its consciousness. You are the vibration now. The divine is no longer something outside of you that you seek. It is something flowing through you that the world feels. You have stepped into the truth of what you were always meant to become. And now, as you move forward, the world will not only witness your transformation, it will be transformed by it.